What is up, you guys? Credit Solutionist here, and I'm the owner of PX Credit Solutions, where we help you secure your financial future today. My name is Ashley Victoria Langford, and I owe PX Credit Solutions. And so today's video is going to be about the title that you read, 8 money blocks and how to overcome them. So I know it's Sunday. I'm so glad to be here with you guys, and the thing that I love about Sunday is that it's a day for me to recuperate. It's a day for me to think about how my week went. What would I do better? What would I maybe not do at all? I don't know. But it's a time for me to look back and see how to improve for the week ahead. It's a little dark here. It actually just started raining in Richmond. So we're just going to power through this. I have a presentation for you guys that we're going to go over. And if you guys have questions as we go along, I mean, you can always ask them. This is actually going to be a video where I'm going to chat with you after everything is said and done, if I see enough comments to do so. So let's go ahead and jump in. Guys, if you're new here, welcome. And if you are returning, come on in, take off your shoes, and let me know what you're drinking. It's your last time to get it in before Monday. Remember, it's only a few hours away. But let me know what you're drinking, because I got you. So over the weekend, I was thinking about what kind of new content to put out for you all to kind of keep you engaged with the channel and also take you along the journey for the changes I'm starting to make within my business. As a lot of you know, I am going more into the debt elimination consultation space and education space. For those of you that don't know, I am now a mentor to the youth here in Richmond, Virginia. And with the organization that I'm working with, I actually have to develop a lesson plan for them, for children, and how they can best set themselves up for their financial future. So I'm doing a whole lot of practice here. So you're going to see a whole lot more of me. But if you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by. Be sure to give the video a like and share it with anybody that you think may benefit. So we're going to talk about these 8 financial blocks and how you can overcome them. A lot of times we are not getting the things that we want in the world of finance because of the fact that we don't really have a hold on the blocks and the things that we are allowing to become hurdles that we can't really get over. So we end up spinning our wheels. I just wanted to talk about this tonight because I know that a lot of these bothered me when I was struggling with debt, and I know some of you are going through it because I talked to you all during our consultations. As you guys know, over at mycreditcall.com right here, that's where we do it. That's where the magic happens. We get you a recording. You're face to face with me just like this. It's me and you. And I give you all the tips that you need to secure your financial future. So enough about that. We've been cleaning house. That's housekeeping or whatever they call it. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. So I'm going to shrink myself just a little bit here. And these are the top 8 areas of concern that I have when I'm talking to people during our consultations. So I figured, okay, I've heard enough people with their concerns. Let's get to the bottom of what the issues are and how we can fix them. A lot of these are common threads through all of my clients. So let's start off. The truth of the matter is, many people are stuck and frozen when it comes to how they're going to pay off their debt or how they're going to get more income. And they're not able to even think into the future because they are so stuck in the present. And it's like it's like a wheel. You know what I mean? It's like a hamster wheel that you can't get off of. You feel like you made enough money. You shouldn't really have an issue paying your bills, but you find yourself only paying the minimum balances every single time that a bill is due. It's a bummer, right? So I noticed that happens if you have, I would say, 3 or more of these blocks. Now, with our busy schedule, I know it's difficult to manage your time, your life, and your finances all together, because each one of those areas of your life actually does require a lot of your energy and a lot of your attention. They really require your undivided attention. If you really think about it, you don't want to give half of your attention to your time because you can't get that back. That's a non-renewable resource. Think about that the next time you walk into work, if you're okay giving them a finite resource that you have that you can never get back. It's hard to manage your life 100%. to really focus in on everything that you have to do every single day. It's busy, right? And then your finances. I mean, it's not responsible to only look at your finances 50% of the time or be aware of what's happening with your finances 50% of the time. Really think about that. Your finances actually do require 100% of your undivided attention. So that's what this video is for. And this is going to remain free on the platform, So we're going to go over each one of these main blocks, and we're going to discuss the prevention or progress, how to make progress if you're struggling with any of these. Okay. Again, don't forget to like the video when you come in and let me know where you're watching from as well. So the first block that I was able to, kind of find as a common thread is the fear of failure. We suffer from that in all types of areas of our life. And this particular type of fear is pervasive because of the fact that fear of failure can sometimes mask itself in the form of procrastination or in the form of perfectionism. It's all the same thing. You're only doing it because you are fearing to fail. I suffer with that in certain parts of my life, so I can relate to this. There's times where I don't want to do something because I don't want to fail at it. So it's easier sometimes to just not do a thing than to try it and then not have it work out. So you're kind of afraid of the ego blow, or you're afraid to try something new. This is understandable. There's nothing wrong with that. If you fix it, there's nothing wrong with it. If you don't fix it, that's when it becomes a problem. Okay. Now you want to be able to understand why fear of failure is such a big deal. It keeps you from taking risks and trying new things financially. You will know that in order for you to have a large breakthrough, a sizable breakthrough, a seismic, is that the right word? But in order to have a catastrophic, massive change, you have to actually take large, decisive action, which means you are going to have to try new things. The person that got you into the debt or into the issue or the situation is not the same person that's going to be able to get you out. You cannot be that person moving forward into the newness, right? So if you're not familiar, or if you don't have a habit or reputation of paying your bills, why would you even think, oh, I can have a house one day? Oh, I can, be a millionaire one day. You wouldn't even let your mind go there because, as of today, you're not good at those things. You're not good at paying your bills. You're not going to get blessed with a house if you cannot pay your bills, because you will lose the house. There's no point in the universe or God even giving you that, if you really think about it. But that's as woo-woo as I'm going to get on that one. Now, the solution for this is to start small steps, just like it says on the screen here. You want to think about what common financial fears are. Like, okay, I cannot invest in this $800 piece of land, which I did. I can't do that because I don't have enough money, right? But simultaneously saying that while ordering food to be delivered to your house or eating out every day, putting money towards gaming or something like that, putting money towards something else that isn't contributing to your financial health, right? So you have to start by taking a look at everything, right? You know what I'm saying? So the fear of letting go of your comforts is a lot of the time the reason why people are not able to invest or save or put their money into interest-bearing accounts. But the truth of the matter is you have to take a gamble in order to really push yourself forward and make significant headway. You have to. Okay. I always want to get on camera and make you feel good. Like that's not what's going to happen, but you have to do it. Okay. So I'm not going to beat that into y'all's head, but what I want you to do also, start with small steps. And then I want you to also think about a financial goal that you have, and then start taking the small steps. So you can open a savings account like it says right here. You can invest a small amount. Robinhood is like a free app. Just hook it up and start trading a couple of stocks. Do like $20 a week or 20 bucks a payday. That is something that you can do, that there is some risk involved, but there's also potential for a big win, right? Because we're at a point where, yes, progress, slow progress is going to be the name of the game over the long haul. But we also need to consider that we have to take these large leaps to get larger returns. Okay. There is no risk without reward, or reward without risk. It's just, you're going to have to make a significant financial move. Okay. So depending on who you are and what your situation is, we don't know what that is. Like, should you go get some life insurance? Should you start an IRA? Right? Should you contribute more or match your company's 401k contributions? Should you do something like that? Your situation is unique to you. So write it out and think about it, or we can talk about it. There's the link right there to talk to me directly. Okay. It's an hour long. We talk about whatever you need to talk about. Okay. So next we have limiting beliefs. Okay. Now, limiting beliefs, these are across the board. Every single client that I've talked to suffers with this affliction. Okay. I still do sometimes. And that's why I'm making it a point to keep coming on to the YouTube channel. Even if this is content that you guys are not familiar with me putting out, this is something that is sitting on my heart really heavy right now, because limiting beliefs, the more I talk to people, the more I'm starting to see we are sadly afflicted with this. Now let's go deeper into this. So if you have the thought, I'll never be rich, you're absolutely right. You'll never be rich, because your thoughts are things, right? And I had to explain this to someone the other day. This mug right here that has my wonderful, beautiful moniker on it, this cup was a thought. The name, The Credit Solutionist, was a thought that became a thing on this cup. And let's go even further. Whoever created this mug had to think up the design for the mug first and then put the plan into action. So if you believe from the jump that the last step, the goal, which is becoming a millionaire, for example, if you don't even believe that it'll happen, of course, that limiting belief is going to block your creativity to be able to even start at step one to get things done and get things moving in that direction. If I believed that I was supposed to just have a job for the rest of my life, I wouldn't have started this business. I wouldn't have ventured out, from my homeland, which is California, y'all. I'm from America, but I would have never done those things, right? I would have never stepped out on faith and left the corporate life. That's for sure. And by the way, don't forget to hydrate. Today's Sunday, but I would have never done that if I didn't decide to just take a chance on something. I'm in the era of my life where I'm going to start taking a chance and taking a bet on myself. I've been doing that, but now I'm going to start giving myself credit for it. But let's continue. So the impact of these beliefs, like I'll never be rich or money is evil, they hold you back from achieving the financial success. Like I said, if you don't believe in the end goal, then you simultaneously do not believe in the process, which means you'll never start. So the solution is to start with your language, because again, thoughts become things, and honestly, thoughts become words, and words are your mantras, right? So replace I can't with I can learn, and surround yourself with positive influences. This is so important. As I talked about the mentorship stuff that I'm doing, in a nutshell, I hear so much negative self-talk among these young people that I'm wondering who the heck influenced these children, because that's what that is. These people are influenced. They didn't come out of the womb thinking like they think. They have very negative thoughts. And y'all, give me 1 second. I gotta adjust my lighting because I have my ring light, but I don't know. I think I gotta make it brighter or something. Hold on 1 second. All right, let me see. I don't know if that helped. It actually made me even brighter. Maybe I got to sit back a little bit. Whew, y'all, this thing is bright. Okay, so anyway. Okay, so all right, so these thoughts hold you back from achieving your financial success. So instead, change your language. Replace I can't with I can learn, because you can almost learn just about anything that you want to. You just have to believe in the end goal that you are wanting to achieve. Okay. And then again, the influences that I see the kids in the mentorship program, I can tell they've been programmed about like how they feel, their self-identity, all that stuff. It's definitely something that somebody taught them. Okay. So be mindful of that. And that's something else you can start to read up on if you want to. But I want you to write down a limited belief that you have about money, just as an exercise for yourself. Write down a limited belief that you have. And then I want you to take a minute to then write out a positive affirmation to counter that negative idea that you have, that limited belief. Okay. That's what I want you to do. Now, let me go back here. All right. So number 3, this is the third of 8 blocks, 8 money blocks. Okay. Again, guys, please like the video as you come in. Okay. Now, lack of financial education is number 3. Y'all, we got lightning and thunder. I'm sorry if you can hear that. Virginia. Okay. So lack of financial education. Now here, many people, many of you that I talk to on our recorded consultations, many people struggle financially because they don't understand how money works. That was a big part of my problem too. The impact of that is that you lack knowledge, and that leads to poor financial decisions. So I want you to think payday loans, high interest credit cards, high fee credit cards, going for subprime loans, which are subject to high interest and fees. You'll be stuck in a debt cycle. And because you don't have the education or the tools needed to see your way out of it, you end up in a perpetual cycle of debt, which then could eventually lead to poverty, God forbid, but you want to start to educate yourself. That is the main solution, because the more you learn, the more confident you're going to feel about managing your money, which brings me to something that I want you guys to go do right now. I want you to go over to the Facebook group that is Credit Pro Academy _ I believe that's the one. That's the one you want to search for on Facebook. Okay. I'll have a slide at the end of the presentation for you all. Now, again, the more you learn, and the more you learn to understand the basics of budgeting and saving and investing, and debt management, which I specialize in, you are going to be able to get yourself out, and then also be able to help your loved ones or people that need the help, which is what I do right now. So read financial books. If you don't want to read, go ahead and get Audible and download some books. The first one I would recommend is The Psychology of Money, because there is psychology around it, because money is energy. Okay. So do that. Learn the basics of budgeting as well. Okay. Another thing you could do, start to document stuff. Okay. Start to document stuff. I'll link this in the description below, but this is a debt payoff tracker that you can keep track of with your debt. All right. You could do it in writing. You can also do it over the online. You can use technology, right? I give every one of my clients a debt tracker that you can use. It's a spreadsheet, and it gives you a realistic, realistic expectations for when your debt is going to get paid off based on how many payments you make, how frequently, how much, So yeah, get yourself educated. Okay. Now, this is number 4, which is bad spending habits. Bad spending habits. Now, I am absolutely guilty of this, and I still have to catch myself sometimes in these in these stores out here. There's not a lot to do in Virginia. I will be honest with you. You have to really create your fun out here. Versus back in California, there was fun at every turn, right? But here you got to make it. Shopping is a big thing out here. Shopping, burgers, and beer. That is the life in Richmond, Virginia. But bad spending habits. So impulse buying, eating out too much, or splurging on unnecessary things are common bad spending habits. Guilty. Mother, guilty. Okay. And I know you are too. During our consultations, we go over a month of your spending so I can see where the gaps are in the understanding, where we're overspending, where we could pull back and maybe reallocate that money somewhere else. I look at that. We definitely take an honest look at your finances during our consultations. Okay. That is what we do. Okay. So let's keep going. Now, the impact of having bad spending habits are that these habits are going to drain your finances and hinder your savings. You're never going to be able to actually start saving if you're always spending your money, right? Never. It's like you're in a boat with a friend, there's water coming in, and while you're trying to plug the hole, he's putting, or actually we'll say this, you're trying to scoop water out of the boat and he's steady scooping water back in. That's what bad spending habits are like. You can't survive that for long. That's a very temporary way to be. Okay. Now, the solution to this is start to track your expenses from month to month to see where your money goes. You have to know where it's going. So I'll show you the book again. Create a budget and stick to it, and use apps to help you save and track your spending. But you can get a debt payoff calendar or planner. I got this from Amazon.com. Okay, Amazon.com is where I got this from. When I hold that up, the color on my face looks better. Y'all, I'm gonna learn this. But yeah, start getting yourself educated. Now, this is not sponsored yet. Okay. This is not a sponsored video, but I will leave the link at the bottom for you guys. Okay. So let's get back to it. All right. I think we're on like number 5. Let's see. Number 5. Yes, fear of investing. Investing can be very intimidating. I understand, especially if you're new to it. I am still considered new to investing. Okay. I have not gambled big. Because I haven't taken time to research certain things. So you don't always have to do the stock market or, trade options like our guy, Diamond Dave. Shout out to Diamond Dave. It doesn't have to be that in depth. It could be something as small as maybe throwing in like a crowdfunding venture or something like that. It could be maybe helping a friend finance their business, finance their small business, right? We have our small business blueprint that you guys should be investing in. It's a small price for infinite amounts of money that you could be earning from a skill that you have that people need, right? So that could be an investment, being part of the seed money for your friend's business, right? That's investing. Putting money into your own business, that's investing. Investing is not always banking. It's basically putting your money into something that is going to give you a return higher than what you contributed, right? That's it. So the impact of learning how to invest is you're keeping all your money in a savings account, or keeping your money in a savings account is not going to actually help it grow. Most savings accounts are like under 1% of a return, right? Banks are really surviving on the fact that we believe and have always been told having a savings account is mandatory. We've always been told that. But most people that have a lot of money, we'll just use entertainers for the sake of argument. They're not buying those houses for the full price. They're not doing that. They're financing it. Okay. They're just able to make a larger down payment than you are. It's not really until you start to see them maybe start to do property investing. But even with that who knows how they're doing that? Because if they have a $2 million house, well, they can refinance it and take that money and go flip another property, get a multifamily. They can do stuff like that. But see, that's a return on their initial investment. So you have to not be afraid of investing, putting your money out there. Because again, it's energy. Whatever you put it out, the output, it's going to match what comes back as the input. Believe me, it's going to grow. So the solution for your fear of investing is to start small. So you can do in index funds or bonds, go over and check out Diamond Dave and get his course where he is teaching you options trading and some of the strategies that he uses. He talked about some of his investment strategies over at the Get Some Skills or Take the Deal conference that we had with he and Dr. Patrick Dix. And I was a guest speaker as well, right? I brought the credit angle. Dave was over here talking about how to invest with options trading, right? It's a system to this. You're going to have to expend some energy. You're going to have to, there's going to have to be an output from you for things to change. Okay. And you can use apps that make investing easy. We talked about Robinhood. Okay. So that's how you start to get over your fear of investing. Okay. Next, number 6, we have debt anxiety. This is the number one thing that I deal with my clients. Debt anxiety is overwhelming and it makes it hard to take action, decisive action. Avoiding debt management, though, is going to absolutely lead to more stress and financial strain. A lot of people are under stress and in therapy right now because of the pain they feel from anxiety, from stress, from sleepless nights, all of that. The thing a lot of the people don't share with their therapist is that they feel it because they are in debt. That's something a lot of people don't share, And why do we think that the number one cause of divorce is money issues? Because money is very personal. Money is so personal that some people don't tell their spouses what they make or what they spend, right? Because what was it in the 50s or 60s or whatever? They created these discrete bank accounts for men. That's where private banking came from, supposedly. Right? But money's very personal. Even spouses sometimes do not share that. So if you end up avoiding debt management, you're going to just end up in more stress, right? Heart palpitations, weight gain, all that kind of stuff, right? Your skin will break out. These are real things that happen, okay? But you want to get rid of that debt anxiety. Money flowing out means that money is going to flow in. If you give it out begrudgingly, if you're not, just giving in a flow, it's going to be kind of tough for money to come into you as well, all right? So here's what I want you to do. I want you to list all your debts and their interest rates, and then I want you to create a plan to pay them off, starting with the highest interest debt. Or you can also consider debt consolidation. You could even consider debt settlement because most of you found me through my national debt relief video. And if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out where I talk about whether or not national debt relief is a company you should consider. I am just an impartial party that is just giving you the facts. Okay. If the goal is to pay off debt and fix your credit, debt settlement is not the way to go. It's going to wreck your credit. If you want to buy a house in a year, do not settle that debt unless the loan officer told you that they can guarantee you an approval. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay? But list all your debts and their interest rates. We also do this as part of your video consultation with us. We walk you through that. I walk you through it. Okay? And then you create a plan to pay your debts off. Get a debt repayment plan. Bank of America has a credit card repayment plan. Citibank has a debt repayment plan. Your bank will work with you, especially since I was going to call it the outbreak, the pandemic. Ever since then, banks know people have had a hard time paying back their debts. So you are in good company if you're in this boat. Okay. So stop tripping. Stop tripping. Rich people are in debt, okay? Everybody has a little bit of debt. And I think I said it in my last live stream. You will never be debt free. You are always going to owe somebody. You're always going to owe taxes. You're always going to owe a bill. You're always going to have to pay something. So I'm never going to tell you, oh, you'll be completely debt free. That is just a term people are starting to coin because it sounds good, right? But no, you're always going to accumulate debt because it costs just to live. Hence why we always talk about the cost of living. So come on, y'all, that's debt. Okay. But yeah, let's talk about that debt anxiety during your consultation. Okay. Lack of savings. I believe this is number 7. We're almost done, guys. So also don't forget super chat if you're loving the content or if I've said anything or have enlightened you in some sort of way. Okay. I appreciate your support to the channel. It is $ the credit solutionist. Okay. That's the Cash App. You can also super chat. You can do whatever you feel. All right. So lack of savings. You definitely need to have some form of money saved up, whether that's cash in a jar at home. If it's a savings account, I'm not adverse to those. I think you should have a savings account. I just don't think that you should make your life mission about savings because that money's going to run out rather quickly. But have enough where if your tire went flat, you'd be able to buy a new tire. If you had to go to urgent care, you'd have the money to put up. Okay, that's what you need in a case of an emergency. Everybody has to have that. Now, what your number is up to you. If you follow Dave Ramsey, great program, Financial Peace University, save $1,000. You know, I had a 16-week savings plan. It's $67 a day or a week. Okay, $67 a week will get you about $1,000 in 16 weeks. Okay, so it's possible to make it happen. Okay, it is. So you can also automate your savings, you know, because living paycheck to paycheck is so stressful. I have done that before. Okay, it is stressful. It's a debilitating feeling. Okay, we don't want that for you all. If what you have to spend with me gives you the keys to get to the place that you need to get to, then you need to spend the money. Go ahead and get it done, right? Then you can start to build your savings because I'm going to show you and teach you how to make more money. Now, nobody said you're going to like the answer, but I'm not going to lie to you, but I'll tell you how to get more money. I'll even give you the math. You know, you guys know I have an auditor's background. I'll give you the numbers. Right? That's what you're paying me for. That is the value that the video consultation gets you. That is the value. Somebody to break it down for you because it is stressful to sit there and think about your finances when you also have to think about your life and, you know, your finances, work, your time, all that. It's stressful, man. But you should start automating your savings. I would set up a direct transfer from your checking to your savings account every payday, or set it up with your direct deposit at your job to where you can allocate that to 3, 4, 5 different accounts, and then use said accounts to only pay your debts off. It's a system. You have to systematize your life. That is what this is. You got to systematize everything because you didn't have a system before. That's why we're struggling with the money now, because we didn't actually have a system, right? So like it says here, you got to learn a system. Automatic transfers are things that you have to do only once. You can even make it so you pay your credit card semi-monthly, which is 2 times a month. You could do that, right? I know HSBC, I believe, does it. I know PenFed does it, and a handful of banks will let you set up your credit card payments like that. So that's a really cool thing. Auto pay is a godsend to the person that wants to take back more of their time, right? So let's go to number 8 and the final money block and final solution, which is the scarcity mindset. Yes, y'all. Oh my God. This one hits everybody big time. The scarcity mindset. So this is the belief that there's never enough. There's never enough money, never enough opportunities, never enough resources. I go through that in this part of YouTube a lot because there's times where my videos will hit. There's times where they don't. I made the decision very recently. I don't care which way it goes because my mission is to get the information out. So I know even though the finance space is very saturated, well, guess what? Very few people in that saturated market are going to be consistent and are going to keep doing it. I even struggle with consistency, right? But what I'm starting to see is that there is enough time, there is enough money, there is enough opportunity, and most important, there are enough resources for everybody. Okay? There are, because if they can print money, if they could put numbers on a screen and tell you that the amount that is on there is what it is, then that tells me that there are unlimited resources. There is unlimited help. If I'm not your cup of tea, the beauty about this market being saturated is that you could find somebody else that does speak your language or does have a vibe that you pick up, right? Because I got my people. That's why y'all come in, take off your shoes, and let me know what you're drinking. Because we cool, because you like my style, right? Because the thing is, I'm not going to lie to you. That's the thing. I'm not going to lie to you. Okay. But let's get back to this scarcity mindset. So the impact of a scarcity mindset is that it limits the potential and keeps you in a cycle of lack. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Because again, if you don't think there's enough money, resources, time, like anything, if you don't believe there's enough of it, you have no incentive to try to get better. You have no incentive to fix anything because you already believe that there's not enough. And you already believe that you are not entitled to get some of whatever that thing is. If it's money, if it's a promotion at work, you feel like you can't get it. Well, you know what? If you believe that, live in that scarcity mindset, and then you'll see what happens. You'll see that you are a magician and you made it happen. Okay, that's all I got for that. I'm not gonna beat that one into your head because this is our finance channel. But the solution is to practice gratitude. Be very happy for everything that you have in this moment. Be happy that you have a phone or a TV that you could literally sit down on a Sunday night, chilling, watching a girl with these cool beads in her hair talk about finance and also tie in some of the emotions that go with debt and finance. Okay. Because it's an inside job. These are two things that have to mesh. Your outside world and your inside world got to start matching. They have to be an energetic match, right? Something brought you here. Something is making you continue to watch, even if there's only a couple of you in here or nobody's in here. The point is, this information has to get out. That's the beauty of it. The information has to get out. So I'm going to get it out regardless of what happens, right? So the solution here, like I said, focus on what you have and set clear financial goals. A lot of the time with the clients that I work with, the reason that you're kind of in the situation that you're in financially is because you don't have a goal. And the reason you don't have a goal is because you haven't sat down and did the math. You just haven't sat down and did the math yet and said, hey, okay, I'm $15,000 in debt. I only make this amount of money per year. I only need to make this much more to be able to pay this $15,000 off in a year. Because you maybe don't have the time or the resources to sit down and get that information, or you haven't got your debt payoff planner, or you haven't booked a call with me, you need that help. That's the thing. You need the help, okay? Surround yourself with positive people that believe in abundance. I know. The word abundance is overused. I agree. However, find the language, pick the language that you want to use to get through. Abundance is a great word. I think it's wonderful, okay? Call it what you want. You want to get rich? You want to be comfortable? What do you want to be? Well-to-do? Whatever you want to call it. Call it whatever you want to, right? But don't, mystify this thing any more than it is. You have to have positive people around you that believe great things are possible. You need to surround yourself with people that have experience paying off their debt. You want to be a business person, you have to be around people that are going into business. You have to. You don't have a choice. All right. So we're probably going to wrap up pretty soon here. But let's just talk about some of the steps, more steps, bonus steps, and really just a summary of what we talked about. You have to acknowledge your blocks, recognize and reflect on how they affect your life. Play this whole live as many times as you need to. Okay, you can do that. Educate yourself, read books, take my courses, take any course that matches your vibe, okay? To learn about personal finance. Create a plan. We do that when you book a call with us, okay? Set clear, achievable financial goals. Learn to budget, save, and manage your existing debt. Take action, small steps, and make that's going to help you make progress consistently. And lastly, stay positive. We just went over that, right? I have more of a tough love approach, but I'm still a sweetheart. As anybody that has talked with me on one of our consultations knows, I'm a sweetie pie. I am a sweetie pie. One of my gifts is that I'm very easy to talk to when you have things on your mind. I'm very easy to just, so yeah, I want to use that gift for you guys. All right. That's what I want to do. So that's your action plan, you guys. Now let's talk about the Credit Pro Academy. This is our Facebook group. It's completely free. Yes, you do have to answer a couple of questions to get in because I don't want anybody spamming in there. Now, my group lately has been very quiet. So I'm thinking that I guess I have to start giving more content in there. And if you do join that group and there's something that you want to see, let me know. Okay. Like, leave a comment or put a post in the group. If you have any wins, any losses, any questions that you have that in regards to your finances, credit or otherwise, drop it in that group because it's there for y'all to commiserate and communicate with each other because y'all are not alone. Okay. And I'm in there. Okay. Now, this one here is for my folks that want to take some risk. Okay. Because again, if you don't have any risk, there will be no reward. So let's talk about increasing your income. This is the number one solution for all of my clients that book consultations. So I decided to create the Small Business Blueprint. This course is probably about at least 2.5 hours. I haven't timed it completely, but it's like 2.5 hours of me literally taking you step by step of how to start your business. We talk about everything in this course. This course was a labor of love, and I'm giving it away for way cheaper than what it's worth. I will tell you that straight up. Like, when I thought about that price, I was like, dude, this course actually needs to be at least 3 times that. And some people would actually say it needs to be more. There is a free preview. It's a very relaxed environment in that course. So if you want to, learn from somebody that really is patient, takes you step by step, is thorough. Okay. Thorough is not something that we put together real quick. It ain't like that. Okay. This is something I put effort into. Okay. But we teach you business planning. And I crossed off the word legal because I am not a lawyer. I repeat, I am not a lawyer. Okay. I am not a lawyer. I am not a legal professional. So everything that's in this course is for educational purposes only. However, it does work. Okay. But before you take any steps, of course, consult a accountant, consult your lawyer, consult whoever you have on counsel. If you have Met Law at your job that you pay for, check in with them. Right. But yeah, we teach you all that stuff. It's very simple. I teach you how many bank accounts you should have as a business owner, what reasons you should have those accounts, how to set yourself up for greatness, how to set yourself up to be able to get approved for loans. All that kind of stuff is in that course for a very, very small amount that is going to give you an enormous return. Learn to invest in yourself. It is an investment in yourself. That's the link right there. It is a very long link at the bottom, but it's solutionistuniversity.thinkific.com/// Y'all see it right there on the screen. And I will also drop that in the description as well, and maybe in the chat. I'll see if we can get that in there and stuff. Okay. So that you definitely want to invest in. Like I said, there is a free preview there. But again, we're not giving away the whole farm for free. Y'all already know that ain't happening. But if you pay to get in there, you're going to be on your way. Okay. And last but not least, this is our main service. This is our credit consultations and or a debt consultation. These are 60-minute consultations where you and I will be able to discuss your financial goals and create a path to those goals. As I said before, you have to be able to wrap your mind around and allow your mind to create a solution or create the goal. It's okay to say, hey, in 5 years, I want to have a 5-bedroom house. It's okay to say that. I'm going to tell you, I support you in that journey. And that's the stuff that we talk about during our one-on-one. You get a recording of the video so you can always refer back if you ever need a refresher and, are confused about something that we talked about. For now, I do allow you, I allow access for you to email me directly. You can email me directly any questions that you have after our video consultation. It's the least I can do for you investing in me and my business and my vision, and for me to give you the tools you need to achieve your vision. It's an honor to do that for you guys. I hear so many great goals that you all have. It's amazing, some of the stuff you guys want to do. So book your consultation. It's over at www.mycreditcall.com. I will definitely have that linked, as I always do, in the description. But yes, book your call with me. Now, I actually have a personal pledge for myself this year, because I never ask you guys to review my service, but you're going to have to start, because we're going to be taking this brand further. Okay. That is my personal goal for the end of this year, going through the fourth quarter on down. That is my plan and my goal. And there's a little fly in my face, but that is my goal, right? Because I have been given this idea to push this message out to you guys. And I really do believe in this message. And I think that you all are going to get exactly where you want to go, or even higher than that. And you do that by taking the first step. This is all going to be a journey. It is a journey. I'm still on part of my journey right now. I have so many decisions to make financially. It would make people's heads spin. Okay. Never thought I would have to make some of the decisions that I'm about to have to make, but hey, life is good and it's getting better. And I want you to feel that exact same thing. Okay, you guys? So be sure to book your call over at mycreditcall.com. That's mycreditcall.com, mycreditcall.com. Remember, y'all, tonight, go ahead and, hang out with your family or your friends, or enjoy your little bit of solo time that you have left. And, don't forget, drink the rest of your water, have a cup by the bed, and mind your business. I appreciate y'all coming through for this particular live stream, and I will see you guys on the next one. Shout out to everybody that came through. Credit Solutionist out.